All right, market update, market close. Let's go over QQQ first. Get rid of these. So we went higher right away. We didn't actually come back down here and test the demand zone. And so I think that what I'm seeing now is kind of crazy because it doesn't look like this. But I think that what I'm seeing is potentially a running flat. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. So this, let's just see how far this would have gone by. So it basically goes to the 1.61 fib. And then this goes right to the 1.61 fib. And then we get a sell-off that goes to about the 0.78 fib. So that would be pretty much a running flat. We had 5 waves right here. It was a very volatile move down. And then we get a spike this morning. So again, in the last video yesterday, I was saying this didn't complete the move because remember it had to be 5 waves. But it only went to the 1.61 fib and then we fell off. And so that made it kind of confusing. But I think that there's a very good chance this is what's going on. The other possibility is that we didn't complete the 5th wave and we just sold off and invalidated the move. So this still can be wave 1 right here. It kind of depends. I think there's PCE data tomorrow. I don't know if that will have that big of an effect on the market. I think I'm leaning higher tomorrow, just based on the fact that we have Christmas coming up here in 4 days, and you know, the fund managers are trying to get their stats up for the end of the year. It'd be pretty good if they got another couple of percent added to that, and they can do that if they pump it up here. And also people will be talking at Christmas, talking about how good their portfolios are doing, blah, blah, blah. Get more people to FOMO into stocks next year when they crash the market. So just the narrative kind of seems like we're probably going to go higher. It's still a possibility we go lower, but this doesn't look like a completed move. If we're going to go lower, I would have been looking for something to a minimum of like 409.75. So we're not there yet, unless it's a short C wave. It can still be, I guess, a B wave and come back down here first. But again, I think that, and it's kind of mixed signals too. We're in a supply zone right now. We finished a little bit lower than a supply zone, but how do you get through a supply zone? You gap up. So like easy, I mean. So if we gap up right through the supply zone, the 1.61 fib is sitting here at 411, pull back, go higher. That would only be that would be the finishing touches actually on the 5th wave. So again, if you zoom out here, this is still 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just waiting on the 5th wave, I think. So this might not have even been a 5th wave. That could have been a 4th wave the whole time. It took 6 days for a 4th wave to finish. So if this is the case, then we're looking at probably 411, and then you're looking at pullback maybe to like 409.70, and you're probably looking at something around 415. You remember in the couple videos ago, I talked about how 413 to 415 made the most sense, because if you take wave 1, if this is wave 1 and this is wave 2 and this is wave 1 of 3 and we're in wave 5 of 3, I think I need to use the log chart, but put this at the very bottom of wave 4, and where do you get 413.36 would be the same length as wave 1. So I'm leaning towards the upside tomorrow. I think there's potential for maybe like 1.5%, maybe 2% more. unless they just keep on extending it, which is unpredictable. But that's kind of where I'm leaning at right now. You can see here too that it is possible that that's a wave 1 too. So that's QQQ, Tesla, and then Tesla is still unclear. I don't know if this is ABC, or is it here's the thing about this chart right here. The regular chart, when I use a log chart on here, this doesn't look like a 5-wave move, but on the regular chart, and I should have been looking at this a lot more, you can see potentially 5 waves here. So 1, 2, 3, pullback, 5th wave. And then we got an ABC move back here to the 0.5 fib. So I'm still open to that possibility. I made a video this weekend, but I was using the log chart. And so if that's the case, this has to be 5 waves. It can't be an ABC move. So with that being said, that would make this a 4th wave. It didn't come back into the 1st wave. That would make us in a 5th wave. If you look at the bottom here, wave 1, bring it up here, and it takes us to 261. So I think there's a potential that we can hit 261 on Tesla over the next day or two. And zooming in here, same thing. And one thing that makes me even more bullish, this is a very bullish setup right here. A, B goes past there, C wave down. So with that being said, I think that Tesla's probably going to go higher as well. And I would be looking for, let's see, 258.36. And then I'd be looking for a pullback to 256. And then you're looking at, and look at that, right, 263. So it's a little bit different than the, so like 260 to 265 would be my target. And then at that point, you're getting to the outside edges of 2 standard deviations right here. You can kind of see on the daily. And I think that's probably my best guess is that's a wave 1, even though it could be an ABC move. ABC move would go a lot higher. So I would be looking for probably 260, 265. And then if that's the case, if that is a wave 1, then we would finally correct. We would finally correct down here to probably 225 that I've been talking about. So if you think about it too, like where is everybody in like the investor stages? I was thinking that the bears are probably in the anger stage. It seemed like everyone's really frustrated and kind of mad. And I was thinking that the bulls are very, very close to the top. They're not totally euphoric yet. But if we get one more move higher and break the highs, I think everyone, the bears are going to give up. Bulls will be euphoria. It could extend out, but at that point, I think it would be a pretty good short. And you can see here, we'd still be in weekly supply on Tesla. So looks pretty good. On QQQ, we'd be at all-time highs. But again, top of the 2 standard deviations. So we're almost there. It still can go down tomorrow, but I just think that the odds are we're going higher. So I was actually thinking about doing some after-hour purchases, thinking we're going higher, but we'll see about that. Let's look at the dollar. And it's kind of interesting too, the dollar hasn't started its retrace yet. It's still making its way down. Does it have one more move down here? And it looks like it probably has a little bit more to go on the downside. So it's not totally done. I might have jumped the gun a little bit too early. So dollar, again, outside of the standard deviation on the bottom. When it bounces back, QQ will bounce back down. So what does that bring up for? Let's look at Google. So Google, you're looking at potentially I was looking potentially at like 146, but I don't think that this is going to be a third wave yet. We're too close to the top here. I think 146 can hit, but you might be looking at kind of an expanded flat right here like that. We do finally sell off, maybe back down to here. So be kind of risky. Again, Apple is probably just holding on. Yeah, I'm still waiting for Apple to fall very top of the 2 standard deviations as well. Again, the minimum target's 178. And NVIDIA potentially has one more move higher. Let me see. Maybe. Yeah, it came back into this. I could see this going up one more time, but it might have already started the fall too. This might be a second wave of a third wave. Maybe it goes up a little bit higher to like 495 or something. Microsoft. Let's see, A, B. This might go a little bit higher too for a C wave of the overall B wave, and then you fall down here afterwards, maybe down to 355. So yeah, I think all these tech stocks might have a little bit more to go. It's still possible that it falls tomorrow, but again, I'm just leaning towards the upside overall. And I'm not going to go too much in depth on the other stocks because I haven't done TA on them in a while. So QQQ and Tesla, the main ones, I think higher tomorrow. Looking for 413 to 415 on QQQ. We are in supply though, so I'm still watching the downside, but there's a big demand zone right here. Tesla 260 to 265. I'll leave it at that for now. Like, subscribe for more updates. Catch you in the next video.